All right, good morning. It's great to be here in Marion County this morning. I'm joined by our great Sheriff Billy Woods, as well as our Chief Assistant Statewide Prosecutor for our Cyber Fraud Division, John Paul, who will be speaking here shortly. I want to thank all the other members of the Marion County Sheriff's Office, investigators, prosecutors for being here. I love doing these things because you see the full team coordination coming together. That's what we do here in Florida. That's why our crime rates continue to go down. That's why we're the safest state to raise a family. We're all working for the same goal, rowing in the same direction, and that's never going to change. This morning, I'm excited to announce that since I've been Attorney General for a little over a year, we've been able to recover over $800 million for the people of Florida. For our taxpayers, for victims that have suffered and been cheated, scammed, and defrauded by dangerous criminals that are out there, not just in the state of Florida, but also on the other side of those cell phone screens, on the other side of the internet, many overseas transnational operators. So we're excited today to announce we've recovered over $800 million for our taxpayers, for the people of Florida, as Americans and Floridians are hurting, as they're feeling some pain at the pump. We're going to do everything within our power. We're going to do our part to bring back money for the people of Florida. It's not often that the government is returning money to the taxpayers. But here in Florida, we do things a little bit differently. So we're going to provide justice. We're going to provide relief to our victims, not just in the courtroom, but also in their wallets, in the bank accounts. Of the $800 million, I'm excited to announce today that over $20 million of that is the result of a new division that we recently created a couple of years ago, the Cyber Fraud Enforcement Unit. As more activity is turning to social media and the internet, a lot of fraud is taking place through cyber means, using Bitcoin and digital currencies ultimately to steal from people online. Today, I'll let JP add a little bit more shortly, but today we're going to be talking about a case where many people were on dating sites. Some of these seniors, they're on dating sites and they get into online relationships, and then the person on the other side of the screen starts asking for money, investment ideas. If you donate tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars to this, you're going to get rich quickly. That old saying, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. That still applies. If you're online on some dating website and somebody starts asking you for money and you've never met this person, you don't truly know them physically, I wouldn't be sending them a dime. There's a good chance you're probably not going to get it back. The victim here in Marion County in this recent case had contributed over $400,000 in a matter of weeks. As we started to track that flow of money with the leadership of the sheriff and his team here, they've become kind of a national leader in this technological area. As we started to follow that money into a digital cold wallet that was not connected to internet activity, we were able to identify over $5 million related to people that were scammed through these dating websites. Most of these Floridians, and we're going to get them their money back. We're going to return the money to the very victims that were hurt. This is the largest single cyber fraud case, cyber fraud operation, not just in the state of Florida, but among all the states. So we're calling on other law enforcement offices in Florida and elsewhere, get into this. Government is not typically known for being technologically advanced, for being innovative and getting ahead of the criminals that I assure you are using every new technology they can. Government's not really known for that. Here in Marion County, they've developed that expertise. And so others, I invite, come down here, learn from these guys, learn what they're doing, sit down with our statewide prosecutors. We'll show you the tips and techniques to go out there and ultimately catch these people that are scamming and frauding others online. And the worst part of it is most of these victims, sadly, are seniors. Here in Florida, we want to be the #1 retirement state. We want people to come down and enjoy their retirement, in our sunny weather, our shores, our no state income tax. We want to be a great destination for you in the last phase of your life. But we're going to protect you. Seniors are so generous. They're so kind. They're willing to oftentimes, take the shirt off their back and give it to somebody that's pretending to be a family member, friend, or otherwise taking advantage of them. We're not going to tolerate it. So we're going to put bad guys away. We're going to continue to prosecute to the fullest. We will continue to seize money where we can, where it's tied to criminal activity, and where we can link it to a victim. We're going to get that money back to the victim. And where we're not able to identify a victim, we'll return it to the people of Florida. So again, I want to conclude by thanking our law enforcement officers, our investigators that do this tough work. They do the Lord's work here in Florida. We love them. They know we've got their back. We're going to continue to support our law enforcement with everything we've got. And where they bring bad guys in, they can rest assured we're going to prosecute to the fullest. We're going to send a message in Florida. If you break the law, you are going to pay for it. And we're going to keep working as a state to bring in as much money as possible in the years ahead to make the people of Florida whole. So God bless you. Thank you. And I will turn it over to the great Sheriff Billy Woods. Thank you for hosting us, Sheriff.
Thank you, AG. I appreciate that. This is a fine example of collaboration that has success attached to it. Not just from on the local level, but all the way rising to the AG's office. And when you combine resources like this, what you're beginning to see and what you've heard the AG say is success of getting victims not only their money back, but it gets their, in some cases, dignity back of the embarrassment of what they've lost to the tune of, like what he said, $400 and some $1,000. I speak on a regular basis to my community, especially my retirement community. And there's two things that's making a great rise right now. Now, unfortunately, the first one is going to be Internet's crimes against children, which the AG has stood up here at this podium with me before on. It is something that is out of control, and the one that's falling behind it. Now, they're two different crimes, and they're in their own different silos. But the fact is, when it comes to scams, frauds, cryptocurrency, seniors, individuals are losing their life savings every single day. And we're not talking about $5. We're not talking about $100. We're talking about tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars every single day. And until this case, the other one that I had a few years back was $300,000 that someone had just freely gave up to a fraudster. In this case, over $400,000. It's great work, not because of myself. It's great work because of men and women that are standing back behind us right now. Prosecutors that are standing over here. The jobs in which they do. Now, he mentioned about us making the rise. It ain't because of anything special, but here's what we do here in Marion County. You want to commit crime, we will hold you accountable. Prosecutors will put your asses in jail. It's as simple as that. You commit crime here, we hold you accountable. They do an outstanding job. They do an outstanding job. And when that comes together, hell's following it. It's as simple as that. And we will make sure that our citizens are protected every single day. This year alone, right now, we have already we've frozen $100,000. We've been able to return so far, keep in mind it's only been 3 months, been able to return $185,000. Now, I don't have the numbers for how many we've had reported so far, but I promise you it's a whole lot more than that it's occurring. AG hit it on the head. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. If they ask you to go get a debit card, to go get a gift certificate or whatever to pay them, that's called a clue in our profession. Don't do it. So I'm going to end it right there, and I'm going to let the hardworking individuals come up here and talk, and I'll turn it over to John Paul.
Thank you, Sheriff. Thank you, Attorney General. Uthmeier and to statewide prosecutor Brad McVeigh for their support that they give our team in fighting cyber fraud. They make sure that we are the best trained and best equipped team in the nation at the state and local level to prosecute and investigate cyber fraud. The tools they've given us are unique, specialized, and they're on the cutting edge of the technology that we need to trace cryptocurrency, which at its inception was anonymous. But now we have the tools to track down, identify, prosecute, and recover funds from these crypto thieves. Our team has nearly 1,000 hours of training collectively, and we use that every day to keep going after these sometimes international organizations targeting Floridians. But the good news is Florida is on the forefront of this fight. Other states are coming to us weekly asking us, how do you do what you do? How have you had so much success? And we're giving them tips and tricks on how to better equip themselves. But the bottom line is Florida has some of the best laws and policies in the nation that are committed to fighting crimes like these. Our approach is to help citizens disrupt these overseas criminal actors and then prosecute their stateside accomplices, sometimes we call them mules, and hold them accountable, and we send them to prison. Sophisticated tools are helping us to do this on a daily basis. And the Marion County Sheriff's Office is one of our biggest partners. We've had over a dozen cases from them since our inception, and these are major cases that we're getting. They're our biggest financial amount of cases that we've seen is from Marion County. The criminals seem to be targeting here, but that's pretty foolish because they're going to come after you. They're going to investigate it, and they're going to bring us the case, and we're going to help the victims recover the money. And I have good news for the Marion County Sheriff's Office because the biggest case that we've ever seen at any state level, those checks are going in the mail next month. In that case, the total is $5.5 million of recovery of cryptocurrency funds. Florida, when we work together with our county sheriff's office at the Office of Statewide Prosecution, we're a true force multiplier, and we can all do more together, especially when you have individuals on the front lines like those here today who are fighting this, working for our victims. The goal is to prevent this theft before it ever happens. These tools we have, these specialized tools, they're the last resort. We want the citizens to be educated and alert so that they do not fall prey to these scams. And the scams fall into two main categories, if you can be aware of them: fear and fantasy. Scammers pressure you and induce fear to get you to send money immediately as fast as possible that you or someone you love is going to go to jail or be harmed. What you need to do when someone is making you fearful with one of these scams is just to stop. Hang up the phone, think, call a trusted friend, loved one, or the police. But whatever you do, don't just act on a fear impulse. The second tactic is fantasy. They want you to think that you're going to be rich forever, or you've found the true love of your life who is more attractive than you ever thought you would ever come across. But the sad truth is these cyber criminals have tools. They use AI to create fake people. They impersonate celebrities, and it's all just lies. Like the Attorney General said, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. If you're a victim, don't be ashamed. Call law enforcement and report it. Time is of the essence. We have many victims who sadly fall into embarrassment and depression, and they don't report it. But what they're doing is helping the criminals scam the next person. If you report it, we can stop it sooner. Don't be afraid. Don't be ashamed. Call law enforcement. Finally, in many states, victims are told, sorry, you fell for a crypto scam. Your money is gone forever. But in Florida, that is not the case. We have the tools, people, training, and resolve to investigate, fight for justice, and help you recover your stolen funds. So thank you, Attorney General, for the support that you give our unit.
Thank you, JP. Yeah, our statewide prosecution office, they do an absolutely incredible job. They kind of have had an internal motto that they handle everything from blood and guts to paper cuts, from, large scale cartel gang and, other violent crimes, statewide crimes, all the way to cyber fraud and high financial crimes. They really do run the range, but I guess we're going to have to add something, maybe make it blood, guts, paper cuts, and digital bucks as we've moved into a new digital space here where the world is only going to continue to go. So I want to thank them for their work on violent crimes. The office is up over 60% in prosecutions just in the last year since I've been here. When it comes to child crimes, we're prosecuting 3 to 4 times the number of cases we were before. Over 400 convictions just in the last year alone. So again, we're putting our money where our mouth is. We're making an example. If you commit crimes in Florida, you are going to pay the price. You're going to go away for a long time. So thanks to everybody. It means a lot that you're here. Thanks for the work you do. We got time for a couple questions if anybody has any. Easy day. I love it. All right. God bless everybody. Thank you.